New video overnight appears to show Iranian air defenses repelling rockets over the capital city of Tehran, and that's after Israel warned about a series of impending strikes in the area. The footage is from an Iranian media outlet, and it shows flashes and explosions in the sky as you saw there. On X, the Israeli military told residents in one area to evacuate. This also comes as a barrage of missiles from Iran hit central Israel today. More than 200 people have been killed in Iran since Israel's initial strike last week, and more than 20 people have been killed in Israel.
Meanwhile, two U.S. officials say Iran is preparing to strike American bases and assets in the Middle East. These areas have been on alert for months. Officials are concerned about the heightened risk of possible Iranian or Iranian proxy attacks. President Donald Trump is said to be considering a number of options, including a possible U.S. strike on Iran. He's called for an unconditional surrender.
This is a residential area south of Tel Aviv that was hit by an Iranian ballistic missile a few days ago, but search and rescue operations are still underway here. At least 6 people were killed in the initial blast, which took out all of these apartment buildings and shaved off the entire side of this tall apartment building. And subsequently, at least 2 more bodies have been found, and the operations are still underway to search for more remains. Little hope that there were any survivors here. And this conflict could be reaching now a turning point, with the United States threatening to potentially get involved militarily. And while there are calls for de-escalation, China's President Xi says both sides should work to de-escalate the conflict. It doesn't seem to be heading in that direction. Iran's supreme leader saying that any strike by the U.S. from military bases will be met with a harsh response, that Iran is now in a position to continue attacking. He says that the blood of the Iranian martyrs will not be forgotten, and that Israel made a huge mistake and, quote, will be punished. But despite those threats from the Iran supreme leader, apparently his response to President Trump's call for an absolute surrender, him clearly rejecting it, Iran's military capability is getting weaker by the day. We're not seeing as many incoming Iranian missile strikes as we did in the initial days. They are still firing salvos of missiles. They are still firing barrages every single day, often several times a day. But they are smaller than before, most of them being shot down. But if the U.S. does get involved, this conflict would reach a turning point.